Okay. See how this goes. Hello to all of my girls, guys, gays, and theys. Welcome to Yona's Universe. This is my very first tarot card reading, giving, not receiving, of course. Girl, you see how they trying to get me already? All right. If you like witchy women, cool vibes, and a little bit of music, you will be fine, girl. Not I set my nail on fire. So somebody trying to get me, but it's cool because I'm gonna file it and paint it, and we're gonna be fucking fine. And fuck whatever energy is trying to fuck my shit up. I'm gonna get banned from YouTube. Sorry, guys. I have a sailor's mouth. I am not trying to get banned. Okay. Light our candle. Lighting our sage. Just clearing the energy. Yeah. Ooh. Can you look at me? I'm sorry. Yeah. It's a good song. I like that song. Alright, cleansing the energy. Okay, we're gonna light this cinnamon. Ooh, for abundance. I think cinnamon is good for protection too. I'm not really sure, but I know that it's good for abundance. Smell like some cinnamon for a little bit of protection. Oh, it must be protection. Cinnamon for protection and abundance. Sometimes things just come out. Alright, and we definitely got Palo Santo for protection. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But, happens for a reason, I guess. Yeah. I'll look those lyrics up at some point. It's like, how can you walk by me and pretend I'm someone you never met? And then how can you how can you look at me and pretend I'm someone you never met? I think that's the second one. And then the other one is like, how can you walk by me and pretend like we didn't share a bed? Something like that. Oh, how can we go back to being friends? The song is called Back to Being Friends. Or Back to Friends, something like that by Somber. So it's like, hold on. How can we go back to being friends when we just shared a bed? How can you look at me and pretend I'm someone you never met? Yeah. Alright, damn. Haven't even drawn any cards yet. Okay. Somebody's upset. Somebody is like invigorated and also upset. It's like, oh, Lord. So maybe you were in a situation with someone. Oh, okay. You want to play games now. Maybe you're in. I'm gonna get it. I got matches on this table. Where are my matches? Sorry, guys. Somebody's playing games with me. Maybe you were dating someone, or out matches. Okay. Always have fire. Nothing can stop me. Okay, let's do this. Don't want to play games out here. Somebody's upset. Somebody is big mad. Which I guess right now is just channeling. So maybe you were dealing with somebody, had some type of relationship with somebody. Oh well, must be. Had some type of relationship with somebody, and you guys stopped communicating, stopped talking. Because we made a mistake. But it was a big one. It was, okay. Sorry, it was a big mistake. And maybe they thought they could catch it beforehand. Conflict coming out. World card is nice. Maybe they thought they could catch it beforehand, but they could not. They were being silly. Stupid. Stupid. I usually take jumpers, flyers, whatever you want to call them. I don't usually take reversals. I guess if I'm guided to, then I shall. But yeah. Topic of the reading: God, universe, source. Whatever we want. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, starting out with the tower is crazy work. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Queen of Pentacles. And someone making a decision about the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, God. Girl, hold on. Hold on. God, universe, source. Goddess, universe, source. Please protect us while we relay the message that you are wanting to relay, the message that is has our highest good in mind, heart, body, and soul. Message that we need to hear most right now. And whatever situation you want to talk about and clarify. Thank you for working with me. Thank you for guiding me and protecting me. Much love to and forth. And yeah, I'd like to thank my ancestors closest to the sun and my spirit guides for protecting me and guiding me during this time. And thank you for working with Source to make sure I am taking the right steps and walking along the right path as I guide my fellow people. All right, girls, guys, gays, and theys, we out here. All right, so looks like the topic of the reading is Queen of Pentacles. What do we have here? I can show all the cards. Queen of Pentacles. I seem to be drawing 2 for topic, so that's someone making a decision, but it's not the Queen of Pentacles. I think he's faced toward the Queen of Pentacles, so someone that is focused on the Queen of Pentacles is currently making a decision. That's the 4 of Swords. Currently making a decision. First card out is the Tower. This keeps popping up. If it comes out, I'll take it. It's in reverse, so maybe they want me to take it in reverse. Who knows? I feel like if I drop it, I don't know if that really counts. Anyway. Ow! Anyway. Card's hard. Someone making a decision about the Queen of Pentacles. So I'm gonna go ahead, take a shot in the dark and say the viewer watching is the Queen of Pentacles and someone is making a decision about you. I don't know if that is romantic. It doesn't necessarily seem romantic right now. But it seems like an opposing energy. Not in the sense of like an adversary, but maybe someone you're dealing with, like a counterpart. Tower is the first card out. Okay. Magician. How many are we taking? 8? 8. Okay. Alright. Tower, Magician. So the Tower is more than likely a situation that's going to be coming up in the near future. If you haven't experienced it already, I'm getting that you wouldn't have experienced it already. I can do clarifiers after the first row. Cards are real quiet today. I'm fucking up. I mean, okay. No. You want these up here? These here? Take jumpers. Sorry. I try to kind of just do what I'm guided to do. I was gonna take that strength card, but it didn't pop out. So I didn't take it. Okay, we got 2 more swords. 2 more. What would you like to say? How are we clarifying the 3 of Pentacles? Okay. How are we clarifying the 3 of Pentacles? Okay. How are we clarifying the Page of Pentacles? Yeah. Okay. Hierophant at the bottom. Okay. So someone is like maybe the decision that is being that's being made, is it causing a Tower moment? Maybe the decision is the Tower moment. Oh, the decision is the Tower moment. Okay. So there's a decision being made about a Queen of Pentacles. I'm not sure who's making it. But the decision is causing a Tower moment. Okay. The Tower is usually like like a life shifting moment. So it's more than likely a life shifting decision that would be made about the Queen of Pentacles. I'm kind of getting like yes or no, like moving forward with the Queen of Pentacles. The Magician did come out next, which the Magician I also think is the Alchemist. So they basically take the resources around them, which if you look on this table, it's like Pentacle, Cup, Sword, Wand. So resources from all elements that the Alchemist is used to working with. The Magician, the Alchemist, very resourceful. I keep thinking of MacGyver, which I know is weird. I didn't really watch. I'm trying to remember what show, like the name of the show that he was on. Maybe it was called MacGyver. But there's this character named MacGyver, and he makes like crazy weapons or like crazy devices to help with his missions out of like nothing. Literally out of nothing. And I think Family Guy has a moment where they like make fun of it. Like I think Peter, he's got like a straw and a piece of gum and like a rubber band or something, and they show him like doing something behind his back and putting it together, and then he turns around with like a bazooka, which is a stretch obviously, but that's kind of like the point of the Alchemist. It's like taking nothing and turning it into something, or taking maybe the scarce resources that you have and turning it into something. I'm trying to figure out why that would follow up the Tower though. I really burned my nail. Them MFers. Okay. I like candles all the time. I've had these nails for like 3 weeks. Haven't burned them. I wear nails consistently. Never burn them. So, frustrating. Three of Pentacles for me is always working with the universe. But it could also be those two working together. So the Queen of Pentacles and the person making a decision, it could be them working together. Bringing together their resources. But why is them working together such a Tower moment? Because it shifts their reality. Which is what the Magician does. They literally shift the reality. Okay. I think this is our guy here. They're dressed similarly. Not the same, but they're dressed similarly. You can see. Hopefully you can see. Okay. So that's better. Alright, red hat, orange stockings, boots, whatever. Oh, I have to sneeze. I think that this guy, excuse me, those must be telling the truth. Those guys, I think these are the same guy. And I think that they didn't want to go towards the Queen of Pentacles because he knew he was a page. So maybe if he was like a knight or a king or the Hierophant, he would have approached you sooner. But he is not. He is he's a page. He knows that he's a page. I don't know, it seems like he didn't feel worthy of approaching the Queen of Pentacles. Because he knew that they were not on the same page, that they were not equally yoked. And that might be for a reason. Excuse me. A lot of times, people like to say like, oh no, this person has, so much going for them, and it may look like that on the outside. But people also know who they are. So I don't know why I'm saying, like, if someone's telling you that they're not a great person, take that. Listen to it the first time. Don't try to convince them otherwise. Don't try to be like, oh no, like you're great. They know who they are. And if it's a situation where they don't know who they're like, they're just what they used to call it, fishing for compliments. You don't have to honor that either because I don't know, that's some external shit, and you don't have to validate somebody externally. Um, every situation is different. Like if you're friends with somebody and you know that they do that, but you don't care, and you want to give it energy, then fine. I don't know. I think this also goes to like you choose what you want to give energy. Situation to situation. Anyway, this person knows that they are not equally yoked to you. And you seem like you're not really worried about it either. Maybe history is different. Excuse me. Maybe you were really worried about it beforehand, but right now it seems like you're focused on your pinnacle. You are single and abundant is what I just heard. Excuse me. Oh my God, this reminds me of a reading that someone did for me very early on, that a friend did for me. Oh my God, like a year or so ago. That's crazy. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, single and abundant. Got your stuff set up, got your throne, like your empire is set up or being set up, and it's sturdy. Like, this is a sturdy chair. This is not breaking under any pressure. So maybe you have a support system that's sturdy, whether that look like a community of people. Oh, girl, sorry. Whether that looks like a community of people, whether that looks like a company that you set up, whether that looks like just you and, I don't know, you figuring a way out, you making it work, because, life be like that sometimes. We just gotta figure out how to make it work. But you're moving into a period that is very, very abundant, and I think you were coming from a period where you were learning how to accept pinnacles, and that's not just money. That can look like resources. That can look like resources. That can look like love. That could look like credit, like lines of credit. You know what I mean? So it's just you learn to accept different resources, which has made you abundant, not just financially, but in life in general. And you got this person in the background, tripping over you, bro. Tripping over you. You're causing. They want to move forward with you so bad, but it's like they know they can't. At least not right now. I'm sorry. You got them tripping. They're contemplating you day and night, bro. Day and night. Want to move forward with you. On their mind all the time. And no, it's not just sexual. It's not just like, oh, I'm trying. I'm saying. You got this. I was gonna say you got this man. So it could just be the masculine energy. This man's feeling beat up. I don't know what you did to this man. I'm sorry, but I don't know that man. I don't know what you did to this man. But let's just say he's learning some lessons right now. He's learning some lessons right now. You got him scared. You got him shaking. You got him looking over that shoulder. So, and I'm not gonna say I don't know what you did to him, cause maybe he did something to you. Maybe he did something he ain't had no business doing. And now he just learning a few things. He learning a few things. You've grown. You've gotten to a certain place in life. Um, but you know where you came from. He might not know where you came from. But you know where you came from. And you know, shit wasn't always sweet is what I'm picking. I can't. Shit wasn't always sweet for you. You worked hard to get to Queen of Pentacles. You worked that tail off to get to Queen of Pentacles. And so, you know, I'm hearing two different worlds. I don't know why. Or like best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? You get the best of both worlds. Let me stop before they. I don't think they're gonna cut me off. I'm not monetized yet. So we'll see how it goes. This is a love situation. It seems it is in fact romance. But you know what? I'm getting a lot of different guys too. So this could be read like multi-dimensionally. Hold on. This can be read two different ways depending on the character. Because maybe she experienced the tower moment. And the tower moment was because of him. Because he making decisions. He ain't got nothing figured out yet. You notice he's not on the throne, right? He's not on the throne. He's not in the castle. He confers. He's confused. So maybe for her, he was a tower moment. And she said, you know what? I'm going to boss up. I'm going to work with the universe. And I'm going to get the shmoney. I recognize who he is. And who I am. So we're going to boss up. We're going to use our resources. Work with the universe. And the powers that be. To get the shmoney. Okay? Okay. And then this is just a timeline. This was the tower moment. Two of Cups was the tower moment for her. She bossed up. She had to, you know, I was going to say drop into that masculine energy because you know everybody has masculine and feminine energy. So maybe she had to drop into that masculine energy and move forward. Because, you know, a lot of times people like to navigate off of their emotions. And that's not to say that you can't make decisions considering your emotions, because your emotions are trying to tell you something. But sometimes we have the heart of like the heart of God. Sometimes we have the heart of God, you know, God is forgiving. Goddess, whoever, whatever you want to call her. Whatever you want to call them. They're forgiving. They're loving, right? You can mess up 1,000 times. And Source is always going to accept you because, you know, you're a part of nature. Like you're doing what nature does, you know what I'm saying? Which is the human experience. And sometimes we come from that heart place, that heart posture of like compassion and love and caring and forgiving. But another part of that heart posture is boundaries, right? So you were like, you know what? The situation is what it is. We're going to process our emotions. We're going to process how we're feeling about it. And we're going to hold space for ourselves to process the situation. And also looking at the situation, how would I handle, like if I was giving advice to a friend, because sometimes you got to remove yourself from it. Or I guess maybe that's like operating in your logic and not your emotion. Because you can do both. Like they're not mutually exclusive, I don't think. But you were like, okay, we're going to hold space for our emotions. We're going to hold space for where we're at. And also, we're going to detach and handle the situation how it needs to be handled. So you had to move forward and leave this person behind, which is probably you left them behind. That's why they yearning. That's why they yearning for you, because you left them behind, trying to make a decision, going back and forth in their head. And while you move forward, this man feel beat up. He can't help it. He had to go through some cycles. I feel like the world card was peeking through when I was shuffling the deck. But he, and you see he's looking at her, right? You see he's looking at her. He thought he was going to be big money. She's already the Queen of Pentacles. He the page out. He out here got the audacity to be a page and thought he was going to be big money. Anyway, he thought he was going to be big money. Because you notice, he's paying attention to her in every card. Every card, he's paying attention to her, except for this one. He paying attention to, he's facing her. Child. Being wild. He got cocky. He got ahead of himself. He thought that he thought he knew something that she didn't. Child. He was like, I'm big money. I'm big shmoney. Child. And she said, you know what? Okay. Okay. It's what it is. So now he here and have to reset. Resting, rejuvenating, because he got to reset. Because he was wilding. Put him on his back. She bossed up. Put him on his back. But if you're reading it from here, from his perspective, it kind of feels like this is what he wants. Excuse me. So he had a tower moment too. Their tower moments weren't the same though. You see they're in two different positions. See him with the... They're in two different positions. Their tower moments were very different. Her tower moment was realizing something about him. And maybe he did something that helped her realize like who he really was, right? Or like who he was choosing to be, the decisions he was choosing to make. Because yes, we are who we are, and also the decisions that we make are still a choice, regardless if they're coming from who we are or who we're pretending to be. Okay. They had two different tower moments. Her tower moment was realizing that he wasn't the best for her. Or that he was indecisive. And in being indecisive, he wasn't the best for her. Because it could be multiple situations. Like maybe he did something negative, like was playing with her feelings. Or maybe he wasn't actually trying to play with her feelings. Like a different scenario could be that maybe he had a decision to make between her and something else, or her and someone else. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be a job. It could be a family situation. You know, place it how it fits. But her tower moment was when she realized he was indecisive. Cause like he wanted to be around her or with her, but maybe he wasn't willing to grow in the way he needed to, or maybe he wasn't willing to choose the lifestyle that he would need to choose in order to be with her. Like maybe he chose to go to a job instead of staying in a state with her, or maybe he chose to be with another person instead of being with her. Place it how it fits. So that was her tower moment. She was like, oh, he's indecisive. He wants me, but want is not enough. I need to be valued. I need to be prioritized, just like I would value and prioritize my partner. That's her tower moment. His tower moment is realizing that she's gone. That's his tower moment. His tower moment is realizing that she is gone. She is focused on herself, single and abundant, focused on her coin, focused on the abundance around her. So his tower moment is realizing that she is gone. And that came after she walked away. With the Magician, hers is like, okay, you know, one monkey don't stop no show. I gotta keep going. You know, I got life. I got purpose. I have things that I'm trying to do and set up. So I'm going to use my resources and work with the universe and start working on that. Start building up my coin. That's her story. His story is giving me arrogance. his story is like, oh, I realized that she's not coming back. Well, it's cool because I can do whatever I want. I'm out here. Like, I'm in these streets. I'm doing what I want. Right? I'm talking to these folks. I'm coordinating with other people. This could be coordinating with the universe, but it's like, it looked like this young man, page, right? A page. Not a king, not a knight, right? Not the chariot. This page is talking to these wise folks. And he's like, oh, it's cool. I'm going to just do this and I'm going to just do that and I'm going to just do this. And these folks is like, what? you gonna do what? You gonna do what? Like, who do you think you are? And he's like, I'm a magician. What you mean? Like, I'm getting money. I'm out here. Like, I'm just, like, I'm a bachelor. And they like, excuse me? So he's very much like, yeah, you know, I'm going to just do this and I'm going to do that because I'm, nah. And they're like, bro, like face and palm. You know what I'm saying? They just listening to him like, oh, you going to do what? You going to do what now? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. What else you going to do? What else you finna do? Like, they're just like, look at his face. Mad at the arrogance. I don't know. Can you see I'm holding this right? Mad at the arrogance. He's just like, yeah, I'm big shmoney. I'm out here. And he's like, you're what? You're who? God and goddess. Look, God and goddess. He's talking to the universe and they just like, oh, you think you bigger than us. You think you bigger than the program. Oh, okay. Tell us what else you're going to do. Ain't there that phrase where it's like, tell God your plans and you'll make them laugh or something like that. Something like that. So, I don't know. At some point he tries to come back, or he tried to come back, or he is going to come back. If it hasn't happened for you yet. I'm getting a sense that it's if it hasn't happened for you yet, it's soon. Like 2 days or something like that. Or 2 weeks. Like, it's very soon. It's not gonna be like years. I'm not getting years. Months is a possibility, but I'm also not getting months. I'm really getting like a few days. To a couple of weeks. He gonna come back with an offer. But you've moved forward already. You're the magician. You've moved forward already. You're just like, you know what? Gotta cut my losses, keep moving forward, because my life isn't centered around a partner. Like, I can have feelings for you. I can have emotions for you. I can care about you. But my life is not centered around who you think you are. Because you are not bigger than the program. And trust and believe, the universe will always bring me people that are aligned with my mission and aligned with my purpose. So, you're a magician. He came back, or is coming back, but you're over it. You've moved forward. Like, you're actually over it. So if you're listening to this and you're trying to be like, I don't know, if you're still listening to this from a hurt space, which it's okay if you're still hurt. You don't have to try to deny it. But if you're listening to this from a hurt space, this more than likely isn't you. This more than likely isn't your reading. But if you're listening to this from a grounded space where you're like, okay, like if he comes back, I'm not just going to let him back in because I have feelings for him. It's like, no, there's more than just how I feel about you. Like, there's financial stability, right? There's who you are as a person, right? And maybe you didn't show me that you were a decent person, right? There's decision making and conflict resolution inside of a partnership. So you're coming from like a way more grounded, way like a space of wisdom, a space of being grounded, knowing what you want, knowing what you need out of any type of relationship dynamic or partnership. So you're not like romanticizing partnership. You're just like, nah, this is real life stuff. It's about more than if I have these like big feelings for you. And don't get me wrong, I think you're supposed to have big feelings for somebody that you want to spend your life with, or somebody that I don't know, if someone's that is approaching you in a romantic sense, or in a sense of having some type of partnership in your life. So they're not coming back. You're moved on, and their feelings are hurt. Their feelings are hurt because you moved on. Like I don't know what they thought you were supposed to do, but their feelings are hurt because you moved on. And also, universe is universe is tearing this up. They tearing them up. They're just like, oh, remember all them plans you said you had? You remember that? Remember that? No. Tell us about the plans you had. No. Tell us. And he's just like, but why you gotta do all of that? like you taught me my lesson. You taught me my lesson. Like, why you gotta do all of that? Why are you acting like that, bro? Why are you you're crying? You're crying. You got beat up. Alright, they got beat up by the universe. They got beat up by the universe. Which is their karma. And I don't say karma in a sense of like you do bad stuff's gonna happen to you. Like the universe is checks and balances. You know what I mean? So karma is just what you get from the decisions that you're making. It's just what you get from the decisions that you're making. So the decisions that he made got him here. He didn't think he would get here. Also, I know I'm using gender, him and her. I think it's just easier to do. I would try to say masculine or feminine. Moving forward, sometimes when you're channeling, it's just the quickest thing. Rest and rejuvenate. Recovering after war. That's what I get. Recovering after war. Because he done went through some stuff. And like she's seeing all of this play out. You know what I mean? Like she don't have, all right, feminine doesn't have all the details. And this is just the person that carries most of the feminine energy, and then there's the counterpart is the person that carries most of the masculine energy. And people flip and flop and switch and and chop and screw and all that stuff. Like we don't have to make it more difficult than it is. We don't have to make it more complicated than it is. Let's talk about energy. It's not about gender. Anyway, this guy went through battle. He went through war. It seems like he's on the tail end of it though. It seems like he's actually resting, recouping, and rejuvenating from a battle. he just went through battle. And so this is a 10 of Wands, so this could be all of the battles that he went through. So maybe there could be 10. Oh, these got like 4-leaf clover. I just saw a 4-leaf clover. And this one's got 4 too. And I've got 4-leaf clovers on my nails and stuff. Whatever, it's fine. Man's went through battle. Man's made it through battle and is now resting and recovering. Let's pull one card to see what... I want to pull a card to see what happens next. And I want to pull a card to see, like, if this guy sucks. Like, if the counterpart sucks. Or, if he just caught up by the BS and learned. Did he learn? Did he learn his lesson? Did he learn from his mistakes? Did masculine learn from their lesson? Did they learn from their mistakes? One card, please. Okay, all right. Oh my God, no. No. One card. I got 2. These are 2 cards I got. Oh, I'm gonna put them back in. Look, Okay. I'm gonna put him back in. I'm gonna put it back in. One card, universe, please. Please, one card. Oh, it's not looking good. Alright, they're resting. They're resting because they just went through battle. Did they learn their lesson? Did they learn from their mistake? Oh my god. Knight of Pentacles. That's an upgrade. That's an upgrade. Well, they're focused on money. So they've upgraded money-wise, I guess? Or maybe they've matured. Is it just financially, though? Give me two more. Give me two more. Okay. It seems like there is... It seems like they've learned something. Okay. Move this over here. What are we asking? Did they learn their lesson? Are they coming back with the bullshit? Sorry. Are they coming back with the BS? Or did they learn their lesson? So far it seems like there's a maturity. Are they coming back with the BS or have they learned their lesson? Are they coming back with the BS or have they learned their lesson? Okay. Well, that's two more. That's what I asked for. Okay. 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 It seems like they still have a lot to learn. So they are learning. They are getting some wisdom about them. And maybe they're starting to make better decisions. But they are still confused. They don't know what to pick. They don't know what to focus on. Like, they're going to focus on the money, but as far as everything else, like, they just don't know. They don't know. It's kind of like when you're growing up and you learn, like, they're emotionally stunted, I think. They're a little bit emotionally stunted. I don't know, maybe there's some trauma playing into that, but it's kind of like when you don't have enough experience making your own decisions, you don't know who you are. So it's hard to make decisions because you're still figuring out who you are. This person has figured out to a certain extent how to make money. It seems like very focused on money. Everyone here seems to be focused on money. So I'm not seeing too many cups. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, okay. So there's some type of growth. There's some type of maturing, but they're still very much confused. Like, they're still figuring. See how this person is like black, like dark? Not like they're a demon, but it's like they're in the dark. So that could be, you know, what do they call it? The dark night of the shadow, something like that. Dark night of the soul. Or the shadow side, dark night of the soul, stuff like that. Like, they're still in the darkness. They're still figuring out who they are. They're still unlearning trauma. They're still unlearning conditioning. And that could be conditioning that is negative or negatively impactful or harmful. So they're growing, but I don't think that... I keep hearing, like, it's not like power couple. It's not power couple yet. It's not power couple. It seems like you guys are, like, I don't know why I'm, like, feeling this. Like, you guys are somewhat parallel. But it's like if you're running parallel, it's not a straight line. It's like this. But it's like you're still parallel. But it's like these are the obstacles and decisions and learning and stuff like that. And while those things may look different because this person might be coming from a place of trying to figure out who they are because they've been emotionally stunted for so long, this person could be like now focused on a career or now focused on a life, like pursuing a lifestyle. And this person is like trying to figure out who they are. So it's like different goals, I guess, but still kind of parallel, but like just I don't know how else to explain it. Like, this is how it's happening. Okay. Don't know what to pick. And they are fucking stubborn. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. They are stubborn. Okay. In case you thought they weren't, this your person, they're stubborn. And I don't mean I don't know. You may never end up with this person. I don't know what your journeys are going to look like. But if you're checking on them, they are still figuring their life out. They're still figuring out who they are. They are stubborn, but it's like they are not in alignment with what the universe has for them yet. Or they are in alignment in a sense of learning how to spot what the universe has for them. Learning how to align. Like, that's their alignment. It also feels like these things are very, like these things down here that he's focused on are very material. I know that cups are emotions, but this feels like a dead end, like dead end emotions. Or if it's material, it's like dead end. There's no more that can come from anything because the source is dead. So this could be like surface level, like 3D stuff. Oh, three. Look, 3 cups. This could be 3D stuff. So this is like, the cars, the bank account, the having a partner on their arm. So it's like on the outside they look like they have all of these things stationary, stable, set up. They look like they have their life together, but but they need to accept what the universe has for them. And they're not accepting what the universe has from them because that requires a level of being in touch with your heart and intuition that this person is not doing yet. So it's like maybe you sparked it for them. So it's like you lit a flame and then you walked away, or the situation like separated you guys. But this person is it's like they can feel it. They're connected to it. They can feel it because they're connected to it, but they're not operating out of it yet. They're not living out of it yet. So like the heart, the intuition, because all of those things have to be in balance. And you sparked it, and maybe they're trying to avoid it and only focus on the material. And it's just not going to work. It's not it's just not going to work. They'll get there eventually, but not yet. They need time. Also 3D things could also be like old paradigm, right? So it's like, you know how there used to be an old paradigm of like, you gotta hustle hard and you gotta grind hard and you gotta get no sleep and keep going and going and going until you're rich, until you experience like peak capitalism. And it's like that paradigm is just shifting. Excuse me, because action doesn't equal how far you will go. Alignment equals how far you will go. And that's not to say that you shouldn't have action. You do need aligned action. You do need disciplined action. But it's like the Red Queen's race. Like you're doing all this running, but you're staying in place. That's the old paradigm. So that's what they're living out of, the spark, because it's like It's there. The universe is there. The spark is there. They're like, all you gotta do is put your head up, bro. But, you know, people be stubborn. So, that old paradigm comes with a lot, though. So it's like the grind culture and the ingrained homophobic culture and the what is it? The you know, macho masculinity culture and the mind games like 48 laws of power, like that type of stuff. Like that, you use that type of stuff to get ahead, whereas now you can tap into your heart and your intuition and tap into your alignment. And that'll get you a lot further. Again, that doesn't mean that action doesn't exist, but you know, it'll get you a lot further. Last question, universe. Last question. Okay, let me ask the question first, please. Well, it was the star, so that could symbolize healing. Like this person healing. And Queen of Pentacles healing because Queen of Pentacles might be getting a lover. Oh, that'll be sweet. So you guys are kind of on a parallel journey. I explained it before when I was waving my hands all around crazy. But I think there's a lover coming in for Queen of Pentacles. So this person is like learning the hard lessons. They are growing. They're maturing. They're not ready yet because they don't know who they are. They have to spend time to figure themselves out and to break away from all of the paradigms that you've already broken away from. I'm getting that you're a pretty intuitive person and you're reflective, you're introspective, you're self-aware, you're doing the work. You might be a person that has gone to therapy or you know, actively reads and journals and does all the work that they're supposed to do to, like, I don't know, kind of clean up and stabilize your internal space. So they're like starting that journey basically. So you're on that journey. Excuse me. Must be telling the truth. So you're on that journey, Queen of Pentacles. You're getting a lover. It could be short term, could be long term, but you know, you're getting somebody that respects you, cares about you, coming into your life. It may be a romantic partner. It could be a best friend. It could be a job. It could be a job that treats you well and gives you abundance. So maybe you get good benefits and good pay, you know, but you got something coming. You got something positive coming in. I think for most people it'll probably be a lover though. What do I want to ask? What do I want to ask? Where's the Queen of Pentacles headed? Where's the Queen of along a new journey. The Fool just means taking a new step, taking a leap of faith. Oh, you're going on a new journey. You've never been here before. You might be a little nervous. Look, judgment. You might be a little nervous. Oh, no, you got good stuff coming. You might be getting a little anxious because, again, you worked really hard to get to where you're at, to get to the level of peace that you had. And you're taking a leap of faith and you're rocking with it. And there might be a little, so yeah, I'm just like, there's a little bit of anxiety, with the leap of faith, but you're doing it and you're hoping for good things. I think the anxiety exists there because, you know, maybe things in the past have gone wrong. And so you're breaking that cycle of like, whenever you get to this space, something goes wrong. It's like now you're going to get to this space and something goes right. And it's going to help rewire your nervous system and your brain and teach you that life can actually be safe and people can actually show up for you. And still be like caring. Again, you're separated from the old paradigm. you're moving into love and abundance and new experiences that are exciting. And you're gonna be a little scared, but they're exciting nonetheless. They're they're exciting manifestations. Things that you've wanted to manifest before for like a more comfortable life, a more soft life, they're manifesting. Um, so yeah. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Judgment. Yeah, you're moving into solid. That's what's next. Literally, you're getting you're getting you're moving into to lightness. You're moving into softness. You're it's like you've reached a part of momentum for positive things happening to you. So that's just building and building, and it's like you've broken through. That's what it feels like. It feels like you've like broken through. So like you're on the other side. Oh, congratulations, guys! It's like you're on the other side of, I don't know. I'm seeing like a snowball that's turning and turning, and it's like building up and getting massive and massive, and it's like that's like the you've wanted peace and prosperity and clarity of mind for so long. So it's like, you know, maybe you had like some trauma or some hard, like a hard upbringing or whatever, but you started with a snowball of like hope. That's what it is. It's like a snowball of hope. And so as the years went on and as like all of the negative stuff just kept happening and happening, the snowball of hope just kept building and building and building and building and building. And you've like broken through to the other side where the snowball can start to like disperse its snow upon you. Yeah, so congratulations, guys. I'm glad you made it here. Because I get it. I totally understand, and that's beautiful. And you know, if you need to cry, you know, give yourself an outlet. Make sure that you are doing things to create that space for you to let go of the old paradigm if you're still attached to it, and process the new one that is very much here. I can't even say it's coming in, it's very much here. So yeah, congratulations, and I hope y'all have a good day.